Hey everybody, Wooju here, back with yet another Medic Mail Day, of course. What else would it be? So this video is going to be stuff that's all like slabbed, except for the last three pieces that you're going to see, two of which I forgot to include in a previous video, but you'll see shortly. So we're going to start off kind of like the lower end stuff. This first one is not a really common autograph, but I wouldn't really call it rare either. This is a leaf cut. He has like very few cards where he signed a sticker, and I had one before because I pulled it from a group break and sold it like an idiot. So for now, this will have to do from 2021 Leaf Hall of Fame cut edition. Willie Wood. His stuff doesn't pop up all that often. It's not like it's super rare, but when it does pop up, it doesn't go for crazy money. It's not over $100, but I mean, you just don't see it a whole lot. So, and usually they want to buy now or best offer high prices, and it's just like, nah. So, Willie Wood, that's the one I have for now. Yet again, we'll look to upgrade. This next one, I keep thinking about trying to get a different one. It's slabbed. It's a BGS 8. Whoop-de-doo. Autograph somehow got a 10. I remember back when I collected initially, an autograph like this would have been guaranteed 9 right away. But 1997 Upper Deck Legends, of course. Leo Nomalini. So yeah, you can see 8 and 10, and you can see right there, there's a streak right there in the autograph at the end. So I wouldn't mind upgrading to something a little nicer. That should not be a 10 auto. Sorry, but the old way of Beckett grading, that would be a 9 as soon as you see that streak. So, but for now, that'll be my Leo Nomalini. Always have chance for upgrades, but I can be picky too now. It's a nice thing. Once you get something of a person, you can be a lot more picky with what you get next, because then you're getting something that you want to keep permanently, not just to check off the name. These next couple are just autographs that you're not going to see in packs unless they're cut autographs, basically. But they're on cards and already slabbed. Unfortunately, the first two are Beckett. I may try to get them crossed over to PSA at some point. But for now, they are slabbed as Beckett. So first one is 1957 Topps number 9, Bobby Dillon. Pretty nice clean autograph on that. Card not in the best of shape, but again, I'm not too worried about the card itself. Just worried about that right there, which is nice and clean. So, I mean, they got cards not like ripped up or bent or anything like that, but you're not going to see that really graded. Next one, this guy does not pop up very often, I've found. It's not the most beautiful autograph you're going to see of the player. So, definitely going to try to keep watching for a good deal to upgrade. But this is a 1973 Topps number 150 Winston Hill. This is one of the guys that got in while I was out of the hobby for, what, about 4 or 5 years, something like that. So, not, like I said, not the prettiest auto. Definitely not as nice as that Bobby Dillon. But you can see it. And it's slabbed, so we know it's real. So, that'll be a nice placeholder until I can find, again, something nicer without spending buku dollars. The next one, older card. Decent shape for the age. I mean, you can see some creases and whatnot. Very off-centered. But yet again, just like with the Bobby Dillon, this is more about the autograph than anything. So this is PSA slabbed at least. It's a 1955 Bowman Dick Stanfel. Autograph is, I'd say, pretty good. I could almost get a 10 autograph if it really tried. You can see the crease to the autograph right there, but it's like you almost have to look at the right angle to even see it. But the autograph overall is pretty nice. So, boom, Dick Stanfel. Alright, next two, these are more modern cards. The one I may have shown in an old video, I can't remember. This first one, though, I'd like to get something a little nicer at some point, maybe. But for now, it's, again, placeholder. And not a bad one to have either. It's 2000 score Randy Moss Millennium Men Auto. Slabbed. I know there's some fakes of like the Millennium Men. So that's why I kind of want to get one of those slabbed. It does have the score stamp there, which does not hurt the auto. It's right on the auto, but it doesn't hurt the auto. And it's a PSA 8, so that's 32 out of 200. So That's a nice one. I mean, don't get me wrong, but wouldn't mind upgrading. So this next one, I just watched a PSA 10 of this go off. This is a BGS 9.5, which I had graded myself. I picked it up off of somebody on Blowout. Met him in person at Cleveland, and I went straight over to Beckett and had this thing graded, because back then Beckett was the modern grader, and I actually trusted them. Man, how things have changed. So this is a 2007 SP Authentic, and obviously there's two main players out of that year. One in the Hall of Fame, one not yet. The other has a shot at least. We'll see if he gets in. But this is a 9.5 with the 10 auto. All 9.5s except for corners. There's a 9 on corners. But for the set, you can't complain. This is a nice 2-color patch auto, 248 out of 399. Again, bought this off somebody that I trusted pretty well back then on Blowout. He pulled it himself, he said. So the patch should be legit. Of course, usually if you see the fake ones, they're 3-color and they got the stitching. This is more of that soft material, probably on like the sleeve area, I would guess. So, nice piece there. I mean, hard to get a good grade on a SP Authentic as it is. So, the 10 went for buku bucks. And I was like, man, that's tempting to try to sell this for that much, but then I would need to go find another Calvin Johnson. So, doubt I'll move it, but there's always that outside chance. So, these last three, one I need to get authenticated, but talking to a few people, actually 2 of these I need to get authenticated. But speaking with people who have been in the hobby longer than I have and have collected Hall of Fame autographs even longer than I have, both were pretty insistent that all these were real. So one's already authenticated, 2 aren't. The first one, I should have bought it when I saw him get inducted in the Canton a couple years ago, same year as like Palomalu and Cower and all that. But I didn't, and his autographs are becoming increasingly hard to find. It's a little bit different style than a lot of the ones you see. This is probably like an early autograph of the player. But so I still have to get it authenticated, but somebody said, yeah, definitely that's going to be real. And I believe him. So first one is Ed Sprinkle from the Chicago Bears from 44 to 55. And again, like the later autos, you'll end up seeing like pretty much everything's printed. But I have seen ones like this that are authentic, and again, person that I trust heavily in the Hall of Fame collecting community assures me that will pass. So it wasn't crazy expensive, but it was not cheap either. This next one is already authenticated. It's already got the JSA sticker on it, and I do have the cert with it. I'll probably get it PSA slabbed at some point. At first I thought one of the letters was kind of like not fully done, but there's other examples where he signs like this, so this is pretty normal for him. From the Football Hall of Fame in 1969, played for the Washington Redskins, the Boston Braves, Boston Redskins, and Washington Redskins, and as well as a coach. But definitely a Washington favorite. Not a huge name most people know, but any Hall of Fame collector is pretty familiar with Turk Edwards. Worked out a deal with somebody on this, came down because I showed him my collection. I'm like, listen, this isn't something I'm going to be trying to resell. This is going into my collection. Like I said, they'll probably get PSA slabbed at some point, but it's already got the JSA slab or JSA sticker. So we know it's legit. It's just trying to get everything PSA slabbed at some point, save for like crazy stuff. Now this last piece, I did not expect to come across this. Unfortunately, I missed a Steve Owen on eBay just barely, like the night before, just because I didn't have a sniper account or anything at that point. So I've since set one up, but I did not win this by sniping. This is one that I was watching very heavily and was trying to decide how high to bid. I knew how much it was worth. It's not authenticated, so I was taking a chance. But yet again, spoke with people that after the fact, because I was not letting it out of the bag that I'd found this on eBay of all places. But I did the research, found like the season that this HOF had been signed, because this came from a Packers collector, and the Steelers only played there once with all 4 of these guys having anything to do with the team. 2 are Hall of Famers, one's a Ring of Honor, and one played for like 3 years. I already have this guy, the main one, on here, but it's going to be a nice upgrade that I'm going to have made into a custom card and slabbed by PSA. So, nice piece here. The lower name, of course, is Lou Tepe. Played for like 3 years. There's Obi Nickel, who is considered probably one of the best Steeler tight ends to ever play the game for them. Ring of Honor. Of course, up here in the corner, you have Ernie Stautner. And then the big name right there, Walt Kiesling. So if you look at my older video, you saw it was in a custom cut, already authenticated and everything. But the autograph was in pencil. This is a beautiful pen autograph. Just probably one of the best versions I've seen of a Walt Kiesling autograph. You don't see him usually sign his first full name, just W. Kiesling. So that will slice off nicely right below the nickel and the Kiesling. I'll probably get the nickel at some point made into a custom, but for now it's just Walt Kiesling that's going in. And then as soon as that gets back and I find the group submission again, the Kiesling is going to go in for authentication as well. So again, people assure me that will pass, and I, again, have reason to trust them. So I paid less than $600 for this thing. Let's just put it that way. So the money I'm going to put into making a custom card and slabbing is going to be about another $100, but well worth all that money, because these just do not show up at all. And like people I've told about, and like that was a steal. So thank goodness for this seller having listed this and me just being at the right place at the right time. So another amazing piece to add to the collection. So that is it for this video. Again, some very nice stuff and very rare stuff as usual. Probably not too many really rare pieces left in the upcoming mail days. Mostly fairly common stuff. But get to see some nice pieces, and I'm sure plenty more 06 National Treasures and 97 Legends, as is the norm. So appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and have a great day.